Do you like dividends? You might want to check out these ETFs.
Wait a minute! Who are you?
Welcome back to Noob Investor. Today, like I said, we're talking about dividend ETFs, okay? These are my top 3 picks for ETFs with solid dividends. Alright, I'm going to keep today's episode short and sweet, so let's get right to it. First up, we have VYM. This is Vanguard's dividend ETF, currently going for $75. But anyway, let's look at some of the main details here. First one, expense ratio, 0.06, solid. So all of these are going to be relatively low expense ratios because I don't like high expense ratios. Let's look at the actual dividend stats here. And as you can see, has 3.62% dividend yield. Its annual payout is $274. Has a 5-year growth rate of 8.29%, and it has 10 years of dividend growth. And it's quarterly, so that's another thing you want to keep in mind. So there we go. Real quick, if you didn't watch my dividend stocks video, I kind of went over this, but you can look at all kinds of things on Seeking Alpha, like dividend history here. You can see the different amounts that were given out and when, and then you can also see the dividend growth right here if you want to get more details. That's Vanguard's. Vanguard ETFs are some of the most popular ETFs, and this is their dividend ETF. So solid one there. Next up, we're going to look up SCHD. Currently going for $48. Expense ratio is exact same, 0.06. And I didn't even notice it said quarterly right there. Has way more details right here than I realized. But anyway, so you see all that there. Has the dividend yield of 3.57. And if we wanted more details on the growth, growth is important, so that's really what we want to check on here. So 10.49% for a 5-year growth rate and 7 years of growth. So another solid one there. This is the dividend ETF I personally use. Doesn't mean you should, it's just what I use. Next up, we have the very, very popular ETF. This is the ETF that freaking like almost everyone has except me. I don't, but a lot of people do have this one. SPHD. It's currently going for about $31. This one has an expense ratio of 0.3. So it is higher than the other one. I wouldn't say it's a expensive expense ratio, but it definitely is a little up there when you think of it in comparison to like VYM or SCHD. Their frequency is monthly though, that's why a lot of people like it too. That means you'll be getting paid every month from this stock here, their dividends, and they do have a high yield of 5.67%, 5-year growth rate 10.97%. The dividend growth has been for 2 years, so that seems kind of, let's look at their growth real quick, why it's 2. It just had that one point where it went down between 2015 2016. I wouldn't say it's bad, looks pretty solid there. So now you have an idea of what are some good dividend ETFs. A little safer than using a stock, just as in when we talked about the growth ETFs and how they're a little bit safer than just putting all your money into a single stock. You know, it's already splitting that money up for you. All these ETFs are working for that dividend. Yeah, so that's pretty much all I wanted to show you guys today. 3 solid dividend ETFs that you can consider for your portfolio. Like I said, I personally use SCHD, but that's just me. I like it. After doing my own research, it just turned out being the one that I wanted to add to my portfolio. I know this video was short, didn't have like a whole lot of details. I just wanted to really show you guys those 3 good dividend ETFs that you can research for yourself. You know, sometimes you just need to know those ETFs or those stocks that like you should research. You know what I mean? Like just getting ideas of what stocks and ETFs to look into. These are 3 I believe you should go ahead and look into and decide for yourself. If this was helpful, go ahead and leave me a like, or either way you can leave me a like because that will help this video get some traction. And subscribe if you want to see more stuff that we're going to be talking about on this channel. It's mostly following my journey, but I'm also helping teach you guys a little bit about what I'm learning. In this way, I can learn to show you, and if you know more than me, you go ahead and comment so that I can learn. So that's what this is all for, just learning experience and showing my journey. So if you want to do that, then subscribe like I said, and I'll see you guys next time.